Hello.
What are you working on?
What do you think I'm working on?
I kind of know what he's working on. It's December, or it's almost December 2022. Every year for the last 14 years, we have made what we call the kids call it Papa's video. We call it our yearly video.
Christmas video.
Christmas video. It's a gift to our kids. Sort of like a scrapbook of the year. And instead of having lots of pictures to lose or look through or whatever, we have a video that includes all the people in the family doing funny things or doing things and music, and it's wonderful. So I'm a big pusher of this video idea and think anyone can do it. I thought if I interviewed Papa here, we could give you the basics, and anyone out there can try to make one. You doesn't have to be the 30-minute or 40-minute version that we do, but you can do this. This is not that difficult. So, Grandpa, we began this in 2008. Do you remember why at the beginning you started this?
I really don't remember what prompted me to start it. I think one of my all-time favorite movies, especially Christmas movie, is, of course, everybody's favorite, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. And there is one scene in there that everybody's familiar with where he gets trapped in the attic for a short time. He ends up pulling out an old projector and all these old movies that have been hidden away for years of his family when he was a kid and some of their past Christmases. And so I think that was kind of the thing that got me going. Early on when the grandkids started to come along, I tried to make a little, like a birth video, so to speak, where I had a collection of pictures that kind of celebrated their birth, and I put a song with it. I wasn't able to keep that going for all of them. But anyway, when they started accumulating, there was enough to actually make a video that could last 15 or 20 minutes, and everybody seemed to be pleased with it. And they just automatically assumed that there would be one the next year. And so I think that's part of what's kept it going.
Okay, well, the thing that we ask the kids to help us with and that we try to do through the year is collect photos and videos. And about how many photos does it take for you to do either a whole video or just each song?
Well, early on I was using all my own photographs because we were the typical grandparents. We were every place, taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures. And over the course of the year, I could collect a few thousand pictures. And so it became a matter of trying to pick out the ones that I really like the best. I put a lot of work into the photography. Has always been kind of my hobby anyway, so I put a little extra work into trying to have nice photographs. And I would usually end up with an average of around 500 to 600 photographs. And there's a few videos that we shot with our iPhones that we kind of mix in there. And as the grandchildren have grown older, we haven't been able to be around them at all of their events, so I've had to rely on their parents to take pictures and send them to me. So the past couple of years, that's what we've been doing. And I think they always enjoyed seeing pictures in the past when I was doing all of it, because I never let them see any of those pictures until Christmas. It was kind of an unveiling, and it was kind of a pleasant surprise to them. But I think now if they see their own pictures in there, it makes them feel pretty good too. So.
And we share those pictures usually through SmugMug or a type of service like that, where they can upload their photos and we can download their
Yeah, whatever's an easy way. I mean, if you're thinking about doing this, if you can come up with any way that you can share photos, they could send them to you in text messages. I have a photo sharing website. It's called SmugMug that a lot of people use it. I had started it up for something else, but it's easy for them to upload their pictures. But any way that you can do it, even if they want to send them to you in email, but it's with something like SmugMug, or I think Google, if you have space on Google, or even if you're an Apple person, if you have a set up in the cloud with enough space, you can share some of that space and have them upload their photos. It's just whatever's most convenient.
And when he does our video, he always puts music with it. And so you can buy music and add music to the video. It really ups the video to have music in the background, so that it's more than just a film strip or more than just a blank showing of pictures.
Right.
What kind of software do you use to make our video?
That's a good question. That's what a lot of people always ask. I mean, sometimes people, if they see it or they hear us talk about it, they want to know, what's the software that you use? And I have been using a Mac computer for several years now, an iMac, and there is one video editing software that comes bundled with it. It's called iMovie, and it's really good little product. It doesn't cost anything extra. It integrates with other things on your Mac. If you want to organize your photographs in photos, for example, and that's a key thing, is when you end up working with 500 or 600 photographs, you need a way to organize them and whatever works best for you. Generally, I have picked some music that I want to use for background music for the different segments, whatever the theme might be, and I try to organize by the pictures that I think best go along with that music. Since I'm an iMac user, I get a lot of music from iTunes, and everything just fits together. There's also another editing software that's made specifically for the iMac. It's called Final Cut Pro, and it is considered to be a professional version. I'm not a professional, but it's something that cost a few $1,000s several years ago, and they dropped the price down to less than $300, and I went for it. And there are a lot of whistles and bells that come along with it that make it a lot nicer than iMovie, but you don't have to have it. As far as other editing software goes, if you're on the lookout, if you don't have an iMac, if you have a Windows computer, probably the three things that you just need to keep in mind when you're going to do it is going to be the ease of use for you. How computer savvy are you, and how easy it's going to be. Just go to Google, and you can just Google like the best editing software, and they'll give you a nice list. Microsoft Windows, similar to Apple, has a video software program that's tied into their Photos Manager, and I think that you can go via your photos to start creating your own. I did that years ago when I had a Windows computer, and you can do some pretty nice things with all of these. You can fade from one picture to the other. You have a way to zoom on your picture that kind of brings them to life, and it's pretty easy to tie them in with the music however you want to do. If you're not going to go that route, then you need to think about cost. I was looking today, and Adobe has one that's considered professional. It costs $40 a month. There's no way that I would pay $40 a month to do this, and you just about have to be a pro to work with it. So if you are thinking about something, do a little bit of research and know what your limits are, and you want to be able to make the movie. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to learn how to make the movie or fighting with all the little quirks that may be in there. So,
and you could start small. You could start with maybe, two or three songs, and whatever photos you have, and as you learn, you can do a little bit more. But the thing that I really like about the whole thing, and it's the kids, our grandkids just love these. They enjoy coming, and when they're at our house or when they're at their own house, they want to see a certain one. Let's watch 2019, or let's watch this one. And I think they like to see themselves as they grow up. So, and I think it's good for them to see, the other people in their family, because we won't always be around. And this is a way to have a scrapbook that will live on, I hope, forever. We usually, when we have it done, and we show it on Christmas Eve, and everybody is all here, and they watch the video with us. And then we give them a DVD that he can make. But you wouldn't have to do that, would you? You could also...
And that's something else that should be considered, when you're trying to find the software that you want to use for video editing, is how you're going to distribute this. And what I've been doing for years is just burning a DVD. And most of those software products that I've mentioned have that built in. Some of them are kind of clunky, and I'm not always happy with it, but they really don't care once they once they press the play button and start watching. They really don't care how it looked at the very beginning and that kind of thing. But that's something to consider. And there's other ways of sharing. You can put it on YouTube. You might have issues with music copyrights. We really haven't run into that yet, with maybe one or two exceptions. But generally, if you're going to limit it to just your family or friends and not to the public, it's not that big of a problem. If you're an Apple user, you can put it in the air and share it with your family. I haven't tried to do that because they're not all Apple people, so I don't know how difficult it would be. But it's nice to have a hard copy. And I always save my master copies, and I'll put them in a safe place. So, 80 years from now, somebody wants to try to pull one out and watch it. If they can find the right hard drive, they might be able to do that.
So, we encourage you to try this for yourself and see what you think. I think you will just really enjoy it, as our kids and grandkids just really... This is our Christmas present to our kids, because they're adults and we can't figure out what to give them. Anyway, now we have something that lives on every year. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you don't need a lot of fancy equipment. All you need is, you can take all your pictures with your iPhone telephone, or with your Android. You can take all your little videos there. It's just a matter of getting them organized. And if you got a Mac, you got iMovie, you don't have to go out and buy the software. If you got a Windows computer, you don't have to go out and buy anything. Just beware of the free stuff, because free isn't always free. Sometimes there are add-ons and that kind of thing, and they start getting into your pocketbook. But just try it and have fun. If you just make one or two little songs, or do it for somebody's birthday or for a special occasion or something like that, it's well worth the time and effort. And by the way, it usually takes me at least, and I don't go at it hard all day long, but I can average 4 hours a day over a period of 4 or 5 weeks. But a lot of times I get started right at the end of October, and it's about midway into December before I finally get it done. And,
but he's really particular and does a lot to each picture. You wouldn't have to start out being that. I mean, his are almost professional quality.
Boom.
Well, if you have any questions, hey, he's a good teacher. He can help you out with anything you need.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments, and we'll try to answer them for you, or you can send us a note.
Yeah.
I'll do the best I can. Just don't ask me to help you make your next Christmas video, because I'm just booked up for the next however many years I still have any cognitive abilities, capabilities whatsoever. So,
Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Okay. Today we're talking about the family video that Grandpa makes every year. And I thought it would be nice to get an opinion from some of the grandchildren that we have spending the night tonight. This is our 2 oldest grandsons. We only have 3, but this is the 2 oldest ones. This is Aaron. How old are you, Aaron?
12.
Oh, gosh. And Cooper, how old are you?
9.
So I asked them if they could give us an opinion about Grandpa's family video. First of all, do you think the family video is worth the time and the effort that Grandpa takes to make it?
Yes. Yes.
And why do you like the family video? Is there something particular that you like about it?
I like the music about it.
I like the music too.
You don't know what the music's going to be this time, do you? You never do you? Okay.
I know one of my songs is probably going to be in there.
You have a suggestion of a song, huh?
I already gave it to Papal.
Okay. Is there a particular video that you liked, or something in a video that you really liked?
2018, because I like the thing that I like in the part that I like in that video is when we had the videos and pictures of when we were at my parents' wedding.
Oh, right. And that will always be in your mind, won't it? Seeing you at that wedding. Was there any special part that you really liked that you can remember?
No.
Just like it all? I liked seeing when you guys were just really little, because we have seen you since you were born almost, when you were just babies and growing up. So, well, I thank you for answering our questions, and maybe you'll be excited this year in just how many days?
29.
29 days, and you'll get to see it in 28 days.
28,
Because you see it on the Christmas Eve, don't you?
Mhm.
And then you can take a copy home and watch it yourselves, can't you? Well, thank you for your good answers. Did you stop it?